television on Channel 21, and you're most welcome to our local news bulletin. I am Leonola Jawala, and first we have a look at the headlines. In honor of the International Women's Day, Bespoke Global Health Initiatives, in collaboration with the Western Clinic, offers health screening for women and girls within the East Coast community clientele.
Help increase access to health care for women and vulnerable populations. We are nurse practitioners in the United States. And
over 50 young Sierra Leoneans showcase their talent at an exhibition and boot camp through the Generation Unlimited initiative.
I think the best place to start today is to further clarify the concept and the idea beyond and behind.
Let's now get you details of the news. In honor of the International Women's Day, Wednesday, 8th March, Bespoke Global Health Initiatives, in collaboration with the Western Clinic, has offered health screening for women and girls within the East Coast community clientele. Isabella Stanley takes up the story.
The Bespoke Global Health Initiative was founded by U.S. practitioners with the aim of empowering young women with health literacy. The donated screening items for women and girls is focused mainly on health checkups with regard high cholesterol, high blood pressure, malaria, and other diseases. Dr. Nicole Brassington, co-founder of Bespoke Global Health Initiative, spoke more about the importance of health.
the purpose of our organization is to help increase access to health care for women and vulnerable populations. We are nurse practitioners in the United States, and we donate and give our skill set to help others. So our organization was established in December of 2018. We made our first trip here to Sierra Leone in March of 2019. We've been back 6 times since we came, and that's including during the COVID time frame. So that slowed us up. We didn't get to make as many trips as we wanted to during that time frame, but we've come back 6 times since then. Varies. We have a variety of things that we do. We help with menstrual hygiene packs. We were here last June and we distributed over 500 menstrual hygiene packs to girls throughout the community. We went to Port Loco and McKinney, and then also here in Freetown and in Bow District. For today's program is just to be able to provide access to health care for a disadvantaged population, where we can come in with a team of nurse practitioners and medical professionals from the United States, and we can treat 500 or 600 people in one day. Well, heart and lung transplant is my specialty, so if you can function on that level, you can pretty much take care of everything that's less than that. So what we are seeing today is normal chronic diseases, hypertension, high blood pressure, high blood sugars, just normal aches and pains, some fevers, and those are some of the conditions that we're able to treat. Allergies.
Dr. Olabisi Claudius Cole, Medical Director for the West End Clinic, spoke on the partnership with Bespoke Global Health Initiative and on the benefits it has for women.
What we did with the first time, we spend nothing less than 10 million on drugs. We look at drugs, we look at our feeding, all the staff, the feeding, then the logistics, the paper, the labs, the test kits. But I want to also mention that the malaria program don't support me, because we apply to them and they support me with the test kits and with the drugs. So they assist me. Unfortunately, the HIV program they're not be able to assist me because they don't know how to test kits. But once we identify, we'll be able to get some money in the because test kits are very expensive. So, but we have to get some way. If we identify patients with HIV positive, we can send them go to the nearest clinic to reside in the, or they don't want to go there, we can see any kind of hospital. Because I'm hospital at the treat HIV patients. Okay.
Jeneba Conte, a beneficiary, expressed appreciation to Bespoke Global Health Initiative for their good work.
Really feel fine. You are strong and you really work and you really business. For me, say not because I get high blood pressure. So the blood, as well they can check me. The doctor say me blood high. And doctor we don't prove that say me blood high. So I tell God thank you now. They don't can give me the treatment. They don't give me the medicine. So I know say the high blood will go in Jesus' name.
For Star TV News in Freetown, I am Isabella Stanley.
Through the Generation Unlimited GenU initiative, the Ministry of Youth Affairs, in partnership with the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation and the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, has hosted an exhibition to showcase the impact of various projects designed to improve opportunities for career development and sustainable livelihoods for young people between the ages of 10 and 24. Yesi Hallowell reports.
Generation Unlimited is a platform designed to enable youth to become productive and positively engaged members of society. Generation Unlimited was established globally in line with UNICEF's Global Strategic Plan and as part of the United Nations Secretary General's Youth 2030 strategy to find solutions to the many economic, social, and cultural challenges that can hinder youths from reaching their full potential in life. While speaking during the ceremony, the UNICEF representative, Dr. Sulaiman Brimo, said the exhibition is timely and that he looks forward to future boot camps, which will encourage young people, especially those from disadvantaged backgrounds, and to support them to become problem solvers. He went on to state that the boot camp will allow young people of Sierra Leone to showcase their abilities on a global stage and for them to share their experiences and build virtual networks with Generation Unlimited participants from other parts of the world.
And I think the best place to start today is to further clarify the concept and the idea beyond and behind Generation Unlimited, given what Master of Ceremony was talking about. The first point that needs to be made is that he did make mention about being in school. Now what has been observed around the world is that, generally speaking, emphasis has tended to be on formal education. Go to primary school, you finish primary school, when you finish primary school, you go into secondary school, you finish secondary school, you get into tertiary institutions, and then you go and work. That is usually the discourse around the world. However, we know that not all of us go through that channel. And it turns out that a lot of people in progressing and preparing for adulthood and a productive life usually benefit from the informal sector. In some cases, some people do have talents, but because of the structure of societies, they are basically unable to build on those talents and do very well in life.
The Minister of Youth Affairs, Mohammed Oman Bangura, in his statement, encouraged young people to believe in themselves and must be ready to face challenges. He furthered that whilst growing up as a child, he encountered a rough childhood, but because he believed in himself, he was able to be successful.
When you add DSCR efforts, the ministry government efforts, and the partners' efforts, it's just 20% for an individual to succeed. The bulk of it is on you as young people to have the passion to succeed. Your parents can do their best, but I'll tell you, you should have that drive, that passion to succeed. I always tell people, no matter how tough it is, maybe most of you don't go through what I went through. You're not going through what I went through a couple of years back. I'm 6 of 6, and they even know my dad. When you go to my districts, they call me number one. Number one is like, I've been a state boy. Nobody paid school fee for me. I'm a self-made. But developed all of that today. His Excellency the President, he developed track. He didn't even know anybody behind me. It's me, Mohammed Bangura, that believes in. So that tells you should believe in yourself. That self-esteem to say, I can be who I want to be, and believe I can achieve whatever I want to achieve, provided you put your head up and ready for the challenges. If you ask them saying what you went through to create go at MIT, do this, he will not explain the amount of days he spent in the garage without food, the amount of days, sleepless nights he spent without good clothing, shoe, but yet today we're all celebrating him. And we are all born in the same country. If it happens for David, it happens for me, it happens for Samuel White, why not you? It's just about the mindset.
Reporting for Star News, I am Yessi Ernest Hallowell.
And in case you've just joined us, you're watching the local news bulletin here on Star TV. Now, as part of the commitment to improve on the banking sector and deepen financial inclusion, Rokel Commercial Bank has officially unveiled their newly constructed branch at the Sierra Leone Roads Transport Corporation in the eastern of Freetown. Judge Elliot Sam takes up the story.
As part of their commitment to complement the Bank of Sierra Leone's efforts in promoting financial inclusion and inclusive economic growth in the country, the Rokel Commercial Bank has on Thursday, the 3rd of March 2022, commissioned its newly constructed branch at the SLRTC head office in the eastern part of Freetown. While speaking, the managing director of the Rokel Commercial Bank, Dr. Ekundaya Walton Gilpin, noted that the commissioning of the SLRTC branch demonstrates that they will continue to grow as a bank, adding that it was with determination and excellence that they constructed the new branch at PWD, which he said will not only serve workers of the SLRTC, residents of the PWD community and its environs, but the country as a whole.
Well, this bank has become a gregarious bank, a bank that goes out there to push the borders and doesn't feel comfortable sitting in mediocrity. So we're looking out there to see how can we impact growth in this economy, how can we partner with other organizations that are positioned to impact growth in the economy. One critical factor of development is transportation and road development. SLRTC is a transport corporation, and they are there to take people, products and services from one end of the country to the other. We're a financial service sector service provider, and we're there to take financial services across the spectrum of the country and beyond. So if you put together the road network, put together the financial system, we have an ecosystem that we're working upon, road and finance, and that way we saw a beautiful symbiotic relationship. If you can partner with this organization, then we can not only help people right there at the end of the country to have financial services, we can help push and pull goods, push and pull services, push and pull overall economic growth, push and pull GDP growth, and trigger expansion in the economy. And that's why we did this kind of partnership.
The Deputy Managing Director, Rokel Commercial Bank, Emmanuel Bobo, pointed out that they are determined to ensure that they can have the last laugh, as it's in the past the bank was seen as a laughing stock, but said today the bank is seen as a manifestation of a strong institution that can show the world that Sierra Leoneans have what it takes to put footprint in the sands of time by leaving legacies behind.
We are a local bank. We are a local financial institution. We know the objectives of this government. We know the objectives of the central bank. That is the reason why we as a bank, as a Sierra Leonean bank, we have been leading other banks in the financial inclusion drive. Basically, financial inclusion is to get everybody involved in one way or the other in a financial institution. So that is the reason why we have been complementing the efforts of the central bank and the desires of government to lead in this particular arena. So no wonder we have been expanding. In the last few years, you can see that we've opened more branches than any other bank in this country. Remember also that the competition is keen, but as a local base, as a local bank, we are be very, very much proactive because we want to lead those who came from other places. You can't come from other places, foreigners, and you meet us on our own ground and you dominate us. That is the reason why we are pushing. Our objectives, the objectives are huge. I mean, and we are really ambitious to make Sierra Leone proud.
The Deputy Minister of Transport and Aviation, Rex Bonafa, said residents and workers of the Sierra Leone Road Transport Corporation have the opportunity of becoming financially literate, have access to financing, adding that Royal Commercial Bank is set to complement government's efforts at triggering a massive economic turnaround in the country.
This is the bank that has stood against other international banks, and they are still thriving. That's a good thing about this bank. And talking about financial inclusion, I could remember, like I said, I was the Deputy Minister of Lands. And because of the government's financial policy of single account treasury, we decided to write to all those banks having accounts for the Ministry of Lands. The Commercial Bank was the only bank that came back to us with a financial statement indicating how much the ministry had in their account. So that is it. That is all about banking. We stand up for something and they stand up for integrity. And that is key. It is key to financial inclusion. It is key to development.
The General Manager, Sierra Leone Roads Transport Corporation, Isaac Ken Green, said opening branch at the SLRTC demonstrates Royal Commercial Bank's resolve to take banking to the doorstep of its customers. He added that the bank, having realized the rapid development taking place around the PWD community, shows how committed the bank is to the issue of financial inclusion.
Because of this partnership, RTC has provided a land space for Royal Commercial Bank to bring the bank to the people of Kisii, the people of Kwari, the people of PWD, and we as SLRTC are also going to benefit from that. And finally, because of this partnership and because of their corporate social responsibility and their consideration for the people of Sierra Leone, they have thought it fit to offer a loan facility to Sierra Leone Road Transport Corporation to procure 30 brand new buses for the people of Sierra Leone.
For Star TV News, George Elliott Sam reporting.
The Vice Chancellor and Principal of the Milton Megai Technical University, Professor Philip Kanu, has revealed that construction of a new building in all three campuses of the university will soon commence, which will enable the university to have the best auditorium and senate, among other facilities. Let's have more in that report.
The Vice Chancellor and Principal of the Milton Megai Technical University, MMTU, Professor Dr. Philip John Kanu, has revealed that construction of new buildings in all three campuses of the university will soon commence, that will see the college having the best auditorium, amphitheater, and senate, among other facilities. I found that government of President Julius Maada Bio put a premium on education. The reason for the allocation of 22% of the national budget to education.
It is part of our normal activities as university administrators. We always have frequent meetings with our students and staff to explain to them what we are doing, the things that we are able to do, and the things that we are having some challenges. And we seek their own contribution also towards some of those things. And when we have important information that from governments, we always use those meetings to communicate, to pass on the information regarding their welfare in this institution. So that is the reason why we call the meeting. We want to talk to them about the fees, the kind of examination that we are going to conduct, that is going to carry the names of all those who have paid their fees, names and ID number, and we're going to give them serial numbers. And we talked about one important activity that is coming on the 4th of this month, which is the InterVarsity. The InterVarsity, for a very long period, like a very long time, you and I know that sports within the institution, well, if they do happen, maybe within the institution, but cut across the institution, bringing all of us in the same field to participate, to compete, it has not been. And most times, sports is also one area that we train people to accept defeat. If you are not a sportsmanship, you will take it anywhere. Even these little elections people are organizing. Because they don't know, they don't have the spirit of sportsmanship. When they lose, they will be bad losers. But we want to thank the government to bring again those activities used to foster the students together, particularly the minister, Professor Alpha Tijanuri. Under difficult circumstances, they decided that we must meet to do this InterVarsity. So we need to prepare ourselves, as we are the trainers of all sports experts in this country. We train them. We need to prepare. Those are the things that we actually discuss. And a donation from a philanthropist organization, that books were donated to the institution today. That's why we met this morning.
The founder of Grandel, Fatmata Bint Bar Kanu, also donated books to the Milt Magai Technical University at the Great Hall, Godrich campus, as a way of supporting the institution.
We're here to donate books, and books that are ranging from math books, science books, the whole subjects in line. So we have English books, math books, literature books, chemistry, physics, science, algebra, and language studies. So we're here to donate the books to the university. We're based in Columbus, Ohio, and we have our organization is a registered organization in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, and we cater for school-age children up to university. We have books ranging from primary school up to university, and we get this donation through the library, our local library. We have the donation through our friends from my job, which is home care assistants, and we have donation from colleges, which is a friend of mine, Dr. Judith Abala, and she is actually with Ohio Dominican University, and she donated books. And we have a local bookstore that is called Half Price Bookstore, and they donate books to us. And we have schools, high schools, which is Gahanna Lincoln High School, and we have primary schools that donate books to us. So we have a wide variety of people donating books to us. So these books are sorted out by my daughters and my son's friends and family, and just people that want to promote education. So we have this book shipped packed and shipped to Freetown, and we clear the container, which is we distributed in a wide variety. We went all the way to the 5 provinces, and I was very happy that we actually went all the way to the provinces because some of these people are forgotten.
For Star TV News, George Elliott Sam reporting.
Well, those are the stories we have for you today in our National News Bulletin 5. I am Leonora Jawala. Thank you for watching, and do stay with us for more programs coming up.